this did not help me sleep better. It actually made me feel horrible in the morning. So
hi everyone, happy Monday. Welcome back to a new vlog. I'm so glad that you're here today. So I'm currently drinking up some cucumber lime water, which is more like a smoothie that I ended up making. I feel like it's one of the easiest ways for me to get in some vegetables during my day. So I'm gonna be drinking this up, and as you saw earlier in the video, I was doing a lot of content creation today. That's how I started off most of my day and morning well into lunchtime, and then after that I just kept working because I posted a new video on this channel, and hopefully by now you would have already seen it. It's the one all about imposter syndrome and how it can literally ruin our lives if we allow it to, and we allow it to take control. And I did talk a little bit about how that relates to post-grad on there. So I really did enjoy creating that little video, and I think whenever I do sit down videos like that that are providing a little bit more psychoeducation, I want to keep them nice and short and have them be like little mental health nuggets that hopefully will be helpful for others. So I actually have some really exciting news. Alexia over at the Chicana Counselor on Instagram ended up reaching out to me and asking if I would like to do a live together and collaborate together, and I am over the moon excited, and I thought I would go ahead and let you guys know about it on here as well if you'd like to go ahead and tune in to that live and hang out with us. The topic that we're going to be covering is Calladita te ves más bonita, and translated that means that you look more beautiful silent, and that is a very common phrase used in the Latinx culture. So if you're interested in listening about that, or you're a therapist in training, maybe wanting to learn a little bit more about the things that are facing the Latinx community, I want to invite you to go ahead and head on over to that live. And then let me just check really quick to make sure that I get the date right. Okay, so this will be taking place March 5th at 5:30 p.m. I'm going to be unplugging for a little bit and spending time with my husband now that he's back from work, and finish drinking this up, and then probably later tonight we'll do a little bit more content creation. everyone. So today is the next day. Today I'm taking a nice self-care day because I feel like I've learned how to pick up on those cues that my body sends me when it's time to do something a little fun or just take a step back, take a breather. I ended up going to the gym last night, which was really nice. I needed it for my mental health so bad. So it was just really good to get in some nice cardio, some nice walking in. I also feel like inspiration and creativity really comes to me when I'm getting some type of cardio in. I don't know if anyone else can relate, but when I'm just walking, whether it be at the gym or outside, like ideas just come to mind. And I definitely feel a lot of mental clarity. So for today, what I have to do is one update. I have to update my Google Calendar because there's some important dates that I have to write down, because right now I am keeping them all in my head and that is not a good idea. That causes me a lot of anxiety and I know this. So today we are going to just write everything down. Also, I'm probably going to go to Marshall's. A little self-care thing that I usually do for myself is every single week I usually go to Marshall's or At Home, one of those home goods type of stores, and I'll get something for the apartment that we might need or that I might find useful. So that is going to be my little self-care activity, and it's so nice because now I'm kind of bringing it into this channel as well. So yeah, we are going to hang out together a little bit because it is so important for mental health professionals to take care of themselves and to take that time. And then also something that I forgot to update you guys yesterday on, we're gonna do a little bit of a licensure update. I wasn't able to meet with my future supervisor. We ended up having this whole Texas winter storm, and so many of us here in my area of South Texas were without power for days. That whole situation, I'm sure you guys maybe saw it on the news. I couldn't really get in contact with my professor, so we couldn't have that meeting that I needed to have, but I reached out to her yesterday in the afternoon. She let me know that she would be able to meet with me on Wednesday. I really just want to get all my paperwork sent and submit. Yeah, there's some things that are going to be out of our control as much as you just try to get things done as fast as possible. Some things you just can't control. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you guys, I ended up getting a package in the mail today, and I'm pretty sure it's some cardigans that I ordered. I ordered these specifically for work, and just like, who doesn't love cardigans? You know, it's just a fun time. I wanted to try to order some that weren't as thick because it's South Texas weather, so it's usually very hot other than the random winter storm that we decided to have. Okay, so one of them did end up being thicker than I'd hoped. It is this charcoal color, but yeah, either way, I'll just end up using it during winter time, but I was hoping all three of them were going to be thinner. But yeah, thankfully these other two colors that I ended up getting are nice and thin. But yeah, definitely highly recommend if you ever need to get like really cheap and affordable cardigans. I always opt out for Charlotte Russe or anything like that, any of those stores. And I do have cardigans like from Old Navy and things like that, and they've lasted me a really long time. And I'm trying to just gradually build up my wardrobe for work. I have a few pieces already that I like, so I try to just stick to basics and basic wardrobe staples that I can just continually use and interchange. So yeah, I definitely go for more of a minimal look whenever I dress for any type of work or internship type of situation, and I try to go with also maybe neutrals and things like that, other than maybe like a nice printed blouse maybe. But yeah, I don't know, I thought I'd share a little bit about that because I feel like those are the type of things that you ask yourself when you're going to start like an internship for your program. What should I wear? And at least from my experience, less is more. You know, it's just always a good call to maybe dress a little bit casual business attire, because you never know what activities you're going to be doing at work, whether it be some type of weird heavy lifting or bending type of situation with clients. You just never know. So I tried to use a nice comfortable work pant with a blouse and a cardigan. That's usually my go-to. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, put all this away, do what I gotta do, and then we're going to have a nice self-care day together. everyone, so it is currently 5 o'clock, I believe, or 5:30, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making dinner, and I'm thinking that I'm going to make some red lentil pasta, and I usually do a gluten-free, dairy-free type of thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. Okay everyone, so I thought I'd go ahead and update you while I have dinner cooking up. So what I ended up doing today as my self-care activity, I ended up going to the gym. I did end up updating my Google Calendar, which is great. I'm so glad I just get to have that out of my head. Trust me, it's just way better that way. I'm actually really excited because this is my first week-long vlog here on this channel. So I don't know, it's just so exciting. And I also have some good news. We are actually searchable on YouTube now as Keep On Growing, because I know a couple of you were letting me know that you couldn't search for my video or the link wasn't working, and I think that's the frustrating part of when you're first starting out a YouTube channel. But thank you to all of you who have subscribed and who have supported my little channel on here. It means so much. Something else that I would like to do probably after dinner is reorganize this room a little bit, because I ended up doing it on my main channel and trying things out and seeing how I liked it. And I like how this wall here is more plain for when I film videos, but I do want to fix some things right back here and maybe move some of my shelves around. So I think we're going to be doing that tonight.
It's the only way down. The window? Oh, you're gonna fall out the window.
Ready to crown your adler high?
Very milky. So we're gonna use the whisk. I'm gonna make a try now, and let's do this. Hi. All that.
Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. So it is currently 2:50 p.m. and I have my supervision meeting at 3. So I just got sent the Zoom link by my former professor, who I'm hoping will be my supervisor. Everything is looking good. So I do have some questions to ask her, like pricing, how much it's going to be and things like that. And I also have this journal here that I've been using, and I have, let me see, the page bookmarked here with the questions that I'm going to be asking. Some of the questions are going to be about the cost of supervision, the supervisory agreement form, because I have forms that my supervisor is actually supposed to send. So I just want to get some clarification on that. And once I figure all of that out, I will catch up with you guys after. I'm just going to go ahead and plug in my earphones. And yeah, I'm going to also charge my battery because it is running out. So I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Hello everyone. So I'm currently snacking on some peanut butter filled pretzels. For any of you that are from Texas, I mean, don't HEB snacks, just hit the 411 on what ended up happening with my potential supervisor. So I met with my former professor and we talked about all of the things that involve supervision, and we went through a little interview process. I got to ask her some questions. She asked me some questions of where I am along the process. And of course, being the queen that she is, she walked me through so much of the process, regardless if I was going to end up, you know, selecting her as my supervisor and contracting her in a way. She's still always that person that is willing to help me out and to answer any of my questions, which is why I am ultimately deciding to go with her. And the cost is a little bit more than what I've heard from other professors, for example, but I am selecting her because I trust her, and she has just proven to me over all the courses that I've had with her that she's trustworthy, that she has my best interest at heart, and she's just great at what she does. I honestly think she's a very inspiring woman, so I'm just really excited to work with her. And yeah, it was just really good to catch up. So I'm going to be super honest with you about cost. There are some professors, you know, in our university who charge maybe $25 per session, which would end up being $100 a month that you would end up paying because you have to meet for a minimum of 4 sessions. You could always do a little bit more, but usually it's 4 sessions per month that you end up meeting with your supervisor to discuss your cases and all of that good stuff. They answer your questions, they give you a little bit of training and feedback. So essentially what you're paying for is to be supervised, and you're using their credentials, so you are under their name for the amount of time until you meet your hours and you become fully independently licensed, so as a full LPC, so licensed professional counselor. For right now, I'm going to be a licensed professional counseling associate until I finish up those 18 months or the amount of hours that I'm going to need. So yeah, the cost and proposal that was given to me was $50 a session, so it's going to end up being $200 a month. So yeah, I definitely feel really good about my decision. I'm just going to discuss all of this with my husband first because it is both of our finances, but as far as he's concerned, he feels the same way as me, where he would prefer for me to be with someone and a supervisor that I feel comfortable with, because the worst thing that could happen is getting stuck in a terrible situation or with a supervisor that doesn't have your back and is only looking for their own personal interests. And believe me, I've heard horror stories. It does happen. So it's something that you have to be careful and, you know, always ask around, ask other LPCs who have already done this during your internship. Make sure that you ask them about their experience, you know, what they've heard about. It's going to be super, super important, because I don't know how it is in other programs, but at least the program that I'm a part of, like if we see someone from our program, like we have each other's back and we're definitely there for our own. Like we take care of each other. We make sure that everyone knows the lowdown of who to ask for supervision, who to steer clear of. Who better than to let you know what's going on than someone who's already gone through it and who's impartial in the situation and just, you know, wants your good and your benefit. So yeah, the cost of paying for a supervisor can take a toll, so I want to make sure to try to just get everything in order. I feel like there's just so much that we could talk about in this topic. So if you have any questions about this, even if you watch this video in the future, feel free to leave me a comment or to ask me any questions. So yeah, that is all that I have to say for now. I'm going to keep snacking on these pretzels because I'm so hungry. Hi everyone, so it is much later tonight and I thought I'd give you a little update. So right now I'm going to fill out the forms that I had to fill out for my supervisor. Actually, those forms I have to go ahead and email to the director of my program. So yeah, that is the lineup for tonight. I also ended up clearing up space on my SD card, which was very, very needed. It's just such a good feeling when you take time to clear out like old folders on your computer and free up space on things like this. I find it so, so helpful.
Myself easing for the character and then tears spilled, and that was to Honey Girl. Now, when I first started reading Honey Girl, I was expecting, not remembering that you got married, like you didn't meet.
Hi everyone, today is, I don't even know, let me check just to make sure. Today is Thursday. Honestly lost track of my days, but today is Thursday, so happy day, whatever day it is that you're watching this video. So basically the goal for today was to email the director of my program about the forms that I needed her to sign, and those are called just, I guess, the practicum forms that they have on the LPC associate portion that you have to submit for licensure. So I ended up doing that and she got back to me really quick. So she signed those, it's done, it's ready to go. But yeah, I thought I would go ahead and end the vlog here because it is almost the weekend and I'm not really going to be doing anything exciting. The weekend is usually time that I spend filming for my main channel, my first channel. So I thought I would go ahead and end it here. I really hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and seeing a little bit of what I'm doing as a counselor in training and gearing up to just submit everything for licensure. I hope it's helpful and inspiring for those of you who are also counselors in training or just mental health professionals on your own licensure journey. Take care everyone, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video.